Back to the Morning Blend. Valley roads can be a dangerous place for people who ride motorcycles and bicycles. For those who choose these forms of transportation, this morning, tips on preventing serious injury.
That's right. Here with what every cyclist and biker should know. Attorney Leonard Stone of Shook & Stone. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, great to be here before the holidays.
Absolutely. Obviously, talking about something that seems to be reoccurring in the Valley. Motorcycle accidents, bicycle accidents. One just happened over the past week.
Yeah.
How are these accidents different than your typical motor vehicle accident?
Well, let me first of all say this, okay? If you look at what's happening annually, there's something over 300 fatalities on our roads every year, okay?
Daunting.
And there is an absolute disproportionate number of motorcyclists that are unfortunately killed in accidents. And I think that there are very obvious reasons why. They're naturally exposed, they're hard to see on the roadways, and I think it's dangerous, and motorcyclists have to be careful.
Now let's talk about bicyclists and talk about their rights. Do they have the same rights as other vehicles?
Yeah, of course, of course. Anyone who's injured has rights. Okay, it doesn't frankly matter if you're on two wheels, whether it be a motorcycle, a moped, a bicycle, or you're on three, a trike, or what they call tripeds, those kinds of things. All of those people have rights. The laws, however, are different. And I love being here for this reason today. We're talking about motorcycles, but what people don't realize is they see all of these attorneys and they hear about accidents, and they think every accident is exactly the same and should be treated the same way.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely they shouldn't be. You're right, Sean. If you look at big rigs, they're treated differently. If you look at motorcycles, there are specific laws that apply to them. And you really need to find an attorney that understands those distinctions.
I think some people can be a little bit prejudiced towards motorcyclists and people that are bicycling on the streets. How does that affect cases?
Yeah, it affects it a lot. It's not just people, it's insurance companies.
Yeah.
And so even if the facts of the case really are in favor of the cyclist, you'll find insurance companies that will deny claims when people have been injured because they feel that a jury is going to say, look, it's a motorcyclist. He must have not, or she must have not been driving carefully, maybe too fast, those kinds of things. So prejudice is natural in this case as it is in many cases.
And let's talk about some things that people can do to protect themselves. You just went through the insurance, but let's talk about how do you protect myself on the road?
Well, I don't want to skip over insurance. A lot of people seem to, what we see in our practices, people that are motorcyclists tend to purchase lower levels of insurance. So I don't want to hop over that. First of all, make sure you're adequately insured. You've got to purchase full coverage. If you're going to be in an accident and you're going to be hurt, make sure that you've got enough coverage if the other driver does not.
Yeah, you want to make sure the medical's high enough, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Medical's high enough, UM coverage, things of that nature. The other thing is, it sounds obvious, but drive safely and know really how to drive your motorcycle, bicyclist, try in the right way. What do I suggest? Go to nevadadriver.com. The Nevada Department of Transportation has classes that you can go to. There's some at the Harley-Davidson stores in town. There's another one at the community college. Learn how to ride your bike in a safe way. Learn how to do it defensively. And learn about the specific laws that you may not know about. For example, if you stop at a red light, a lot of times the light won't even know you're there because you're a cyclist, you're small. Well, there's a law that says if you wait two cycles of that light, you can look, you can yield, and you can proceed.
Wow.
Most people don't know those subtleties of the law.
Yeah, and I know there are other rules that sometimes they apply in other states that don't apply in this state. Like sometimes at a red light, you'll see the bicycle go, or the rather motorcyclist go down the dashed line.
Yeah.
It's not legal in this state, but it is legal in California.
Yeah, Sean, you hit the nail on the head. There are all sorts of little quirks like that.
Yeah.
For example, here, two motorcyclists can ride in the same lane at the same time next to each other. In other states, they can't. Also, look at the helmet laws. Motorcyclists need to have a helmet. If you're on a moped, you don't. If you're on a scooter that drives under 30 miles per hour, you don't have to. So you really need to know the law.
So, yes, tell us, for someone who's got into a wreck, they don't know what to do, why should they call?
Yeah,
call and get help.
Two reasons. Thank you, Dow. Two reasons. One, as I said, motorcyclists are exposed. And whether we like it or not, they're going to suffer injuries that are more severe than the average driver or user of our roadways. If you're going to have big damages, you better have a lawyer that understands how to capture all of those damages if it ends up in a claim or potentially in litigation. The second we've already addressed.
Yeah.
You need to hire a lawyer that knows the rules, regulations, laws. If it's a big rig, they need to know the federal laws that apply to that. If it's a motorcyclist or a motorcycle case, hire a lawyer that understands the subtleties. One more point. Accident reconstruction in motorcycle cases is really unique. These vehicles function and respond differently to forces than do sedans or other types of vehicles. And oftentimes these claims will live and die on those facts.
Well, it's a very important knowledge, and it's good to have you in our corner. Pleasure as
Thank
always.
you.
Here, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Learn about the services that Shook and Stone offers. Visit shookandstone.com or call the number on your screen. The office is located on South 4th Street in downtown.